Hi class! In this video, I am going to show you how to sketch out a line plot. So before I show you the example, I want you to look at these two line plots, and I just want to point out some features of a line plot. A line plot begins with a number line in numerical order. It will start from your lowest data to your highest data, and then you can either represent each data point as a dot, which they've done on the left side, or an X. And then it's always good to label that number line. This one's labeled distance, and this is number of candy bars. I'm a big fan of putting a title on it. The other one does not have a title, but I just grabbed that image from the internet to let you know. And so you can do dots or X's, and each of those symbols typically represent one data point. Okay, a class collected data on how many times in the past 14 days they had exercised. And here are the data. And it says make a line plot. The first thing we need to do is identify where the number line will begin and where it will end. So 0 is definitely the smallest, and it looks like 14 will be the largest. That means that student exercised every day, which is fabulous. So now we will do a line plot. So do your best just to make a straight line. And then now we're going to write the numbers in numerical order right underneath it. You do not have to put the little tick marks on your line like a traditional number line, but you can if it helps. I'm just going to write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's my numbers in numerical order. And I'm going to choose to put X's representing each data point. Before I start, I'll go ahead and write days exercised here across the bottom. We'll say number of days. And then we'll go one at a time and plot it on the plot. So here goes. The first data point is 8. So I'll put an X right at 8. Next one is 13. Next one is 6. 0, and then now I'm coming back to do another 6, so it will go directly above the other X I had. Now I'm at 0 again. Go ahead and pause the video and finish this line plot, and I'll do the same. Okay, and here is my line plot. I failed to mention this earlier, but I went ahead and counted the number of students. There was 27 students, and so that means you should have 27 X's on your line plot, or dots if you chose to use dots. If you had to read this, we could say, okay, there were 3 students who exercised 0 days, and then we could skip to students who exercised for 6 days. There was 5 students. So all I'm doing is counting the number of X's. It really is similar to a bar graph, because if I were to ask you what the mode of this data was, like how many days of exercise were most popular, we could say 6 because it has the highest stack of X's. And so that's really it. A line plot is pretty basic. You just have to take your time as you're putting the individual X's or dots on the grid. Notice that 4, 9, 11, 12 are empty, and that's okay. It just still needs to go in numerical order. And there you go. Please let me know if you have any questions.